Hello, hello, hello. It's your girl Jamila Newman, aka Mila. If you know, you know. So it looks like the energy in for this read collective is someone wants you to give up. This person is someone from your past, and you are being urged to, yeah, there you go. Trust your gut. Okay, trust your gut instincts. You are aligned and you are awake. You are very. Did I have trust your gut upside down? There you go. Trust your gut. Okay, you are aligned and you are awakened to all of the illusions and confusions that have been projected upon you. All these illusions and confusions were projected upon you in exchange for money. People in the past and in your present have wanted to stop your shine because you shine too brightly. Okay, you stop and you smell the roses. You stop and you see the beauty in all things. And because of that, you've made other people question themselves. Let's get a little bit more into that. Let's dig into this. Giving up. What do we need to know? We have the Seven of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. So people invested in you giving up because they were utilizing your energy, your talents for their long-term growth. Okay? And since the collective has not given up, this has caused a lot of conflict. A lot of infighting is going on, clashing of opinions. So some people are in the opinion of we've done enough. To the collective, they are not going to give up. And there are another side that are like, if we just need to keep going, we need to keep going. They're going to give up. They're going to give up. Okay. But the collective has taken the obstacles given to them and used this to learn and grow. What else do we need to know about giving up? Giving up. There was a Queen of Wands involved in trying to take your spiritual blessings, or they were able to, in the past, take your spiritual blessings and plan their future off of your losses. They were able to gain some sort of emotional stability by taking from the collective when the collective was in this state of confusion. They were able to take or earn off the back of the collective. Through the Seven of Cups, they were able to distract other people's attention away from you by producing lies, creating a tale of some, a tale, a fairy tale, a fantasy, painted a complete picture of who the collective was, how the collective will react in certain situations. And then they, Three of Pentacles, then they worked with other people to make those things happen, to bring endings. We have the Death card here. To anything that the collective was inspired to do, any idea that the collective was inspired to do. So collective, if you have ever, you have this like brainchild, you have this idea, this theory, and you shared it with family members, friends, I'm like, oh man, this is a great idea. If you do X, Y, and Z, this is what would happen. And you shared it with them and someone downplayed your idea. They said, oh, it's not going to work. Oh, that's not a great idea. You just waste your money. You'd waste your time. Nah, this wouldn't work out. And because you trusted these individuals and You had faith that they wouldn't steer you wrong because you wouldn't steer other people wrong. And you would back off of specific ideas just to find out later on down the road someone you knew, someone you're related to, did that exact same thing. But they did not receive what they wanted from those ideas. So if you experienced this kind of action happening around in your circle, maybe these people were distant friends or distant relatives, and they put whatever idea you had into practice, and they made a profit for a time, but they would, draw flat. That was spirit allowing them to gain momentum and not gain security off of that. What do we need to know about giving up? Giving up. They had no faith. Faith came in the reverse. Intensity came in the reverse. These people took your ideas and put them into place without faith in the idea, because it was not something made by them. It was something stolen. It is a intellectual property theft, okay? And when you came up with the idea, you saw it from the beginning all the way through to the end. You knew exactly how you would succeed and what it took to succeed to do something. So when you brought this idea to your family, to your friends, to an associate, they didn't get the big picture. They just got a small portion. And they took that small portion and were able to gain a little bit of success. But because they didn't have the whole picture or a whole step-by-step map like you had in your brain to make this idea successful, these people were not able to move forward with their plans, their thoughts. Things that started off with prosperity started to run flat, even before the collective was in this awakened state. And when things were not as profitable for them, they lacked the intensity to keep striving and keep going. Giving up. What do we need to know about giving up? Giving up. Have travel. Ego. So these people are now unable to travel, and they're not able to talk in a negative way about the collective any longer. They were so stuck in their ego. And then I have romantic affairs. So maybe some of these people were in some sort of relationship with people that the collective was once in a relationship with. Some sort of romantic entanglement was going on where your information was passed over to another person that they thought could do the job better, because they were somewhere in some sort of romantic entanglement with that person. Now their ego is bruised and hurt because they are now at a complete standstill. They cannot successfully duplicate or replicate anything that you've ever done, ever had an idea of, because the money that was coming in is no longer coming to them, collective. Let's see, we're going to end this shortly. Harmonious partnership. Resilience. All right, collective, we're going to come back with a part 2, and we're going to continue on with this reading. See you in part 2.